Ricky Starks officially joins NXT. Moose makes his first appearance in WWE. And Jordynne Grace is placed into the middle of 5 hot women to bring down the average rating of the looks department. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And just when you thought NXT, the hot women, it's a great place to be. No, they throw in Jordynne Grace. They throw in some masculinity there because that's what people love, isn't it? In 2025, we don't want hot chicks. We want women that look like dudes, and that's what you get with Jordynne Grace. Even when she talks, man, she sounds like a dude. All those steroids, all those hormones, and somebody said in the comments that she sounds like a default character from one of the old SmackDown versus Raw games. She just sounds like the default generic voiceover. And once I seen that comment, I just cannot unhear it. Whenever I hear Jordynne Grace talk now, that is what she sounds like. She's got this manly voice, but it's the most like generic monotone voice that you've ever heard. And she cut a bit of a promo on NXT, and it was really bad. It was crap. Just basically thrown out a challenge there. And yeah, Jordynne Grace should have just left her in TNA. Anyway, I've only seen the highlights of this show, so I'm not really going to give it an overall rating. But let's get into it. We have OBA Femi in the ring. Moose comes out. Moose and OBA Femi look at each other. You know, nothing interesting here. I get it. Moose is from TNA, but it's just the same old crap. Moose is like, oh, I can beat you, OBA Femi. No, you cannot beat me, OBA Femi. I am the man. Moose, no, I am the man. Both of them put their belts up in the air and they stare at each other. Predictable shite, boring shite. The match has to happen. Good for them. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, why is Moose coming out here? Just randomly throwing these two out there just to have a face down. No reasoning, no story, no nothing. Oh, it's just, oh, I'm the big dominant guy. No, I'm the big dominant guy. Let's have a match to see who the dominant guy is. I mean, pretty much that's what we got here. Then we got Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker, and Carmen Petrovic. Women's number one contender match for the North American title. Who won it? Can't even remember. I don't know who won it. I think it was Petrovic. Was it Petrovic? I'm not too sure. Might have ended. No, it was. It was Carmen Petrovic. So she's going to get a shot against Stephanie Fakir. Then it was Sol Ruka and Saria taking on Metaphor. Just Saria, another big masculine, roided up looking freak. I've gave NXT a lot of credit, guys. I've said that NXT, in terms of like attractiveness, okay, they probably do have the most attractive female roster, I think, in wrestling. But they've added some stinkers to it recently, man. There's Jordynne Grace, no. Saria, no. I mean, what next? What next? Are they going to fucking add Nyla Rose or something? Come on. What are they doing here? Sol Ruka and Saria win. Then we got an interview backstage. Don't care. Ricky Saints, as he's going by now, does a contract signing. Ethan Page comes out. Ethan Page says, nice play out of my book, but there's only one Ethan Page. Thank God there's only one. We don't need more than just one Ethan Page. One's more than enough, thank you. Then Javon Evans comes out. They get into a bit of a brawl. Honestly, don't really care. Wasn't paying attention. Like I said, only watched the highlights. So then Wes Lee apparently came out, and honestly, I find it hard to tell Wes Lee and Javon Evans apart. So they kind of do look the same build, same size. They did used to have the same hairstyle, pretty much got the same trunks. They wrestle the exact same, they sound the exact same. I mean, once upon a time, this could have been the same guy, 100%. And I don't know, he's just like created he's like multiplied or something. He's cloned himself into getting another version. Right, what have we got now? After that, we get Shawn Spears taking on Shannon Lorenzo with the family. So, who cares? Izzy Dame is hot. I mean, come on, just look at Izzy Dame. Look at some of the women in NXT. How great would it be if these women were actually allowed to be fucking sexy? Look, these are attractive women, but people just don't understand what I mean when I say it. you get attractive women in WWE, but they're not really acting as feminine as they could. They're not pushing the sex appeal boundaries that they do in some other wrestling promotions. And I think if NXT did that, holy shit, man, the male audience would go right up. I mean, they're still hot, but at the end of the day, in like AEW, there's some women that are produced, they're pushed as hot, attractive women. In NXT, the women are just wrestlers who are female and happen to be hot. You know, they don't actually push them as hot women. That's not the focus. Oh, look at that, she's a hot woman. No, in NXT, they're just women that people find hot. But you actually, I mean, you look at some of the segments and some of the stuff that they do, and, you know, you look at AEW, you've got Mariah May coming out in nice dresses and a nice outfit. She's fucking squeezing her tits in Tony Schiavone's face and shit like that. You know, you don't get that. You might have Booker T going shucky ducky quack quack, but there's nobody giving Booker T a face full of breasts. It just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Maybe they're giving Triple H the breast backstage, but it's not happening here. Anyway, tired, very tired. Let's get through this. Moose runs into the ring, apparently takes down Lexus King. Didn't see this. The Hardy Boys have accepted the No Quarter Catch Crew challenge for next week. Good for them. Did we get to see the Hardys in NXT? I mean, maybe. Bit of a yawn there. I mean, it is like 2:30 in the morning. Forgive me, guys. Eddie Thorpe takes on Andre Chase. Andre Chase loses. Are we surprised? Absolutely not. Then we get the fifth match. Is this the main event? I don't know. Julia, Stephanie Fakir, and Jordynne Grace taking on Fatal Influence. And in the end, Jordynne Grace wins with her Grace Driver defeating, I don't know, who did she defeat? Jasmine Nix, another hot chick, another really smoking hot chick there, Jasmine Nix. So, yeah, she gets planted by the short, stumpy, masculine steroid freak that looks and sounds like a man. So, not surprised that you've seen Saria come in, book strong. Jordynne Grace comes in, book strong. And I know a few of you were saying this in the comments. It almost feels like over the past 6 months, they have sacrificed the NXT women's division. People were saying that, you know, they were pushing this younger next generation of women, and they've just kind of jobbed them all out for more established, older, I'm not going to call them stars, but wrestlers that have been around the block, wrestlers that have travelled the world. And, I mean, you can see that. You can see that. You look at Jordynne Grace coming in, obviously been in TNA a while, but you've got Stephanie Fakir and Julia, you know, both into their 30s, have both been around for a while now, wrestling internationally, and they've just brought them in, and they seem to be the women that they want to get behind. And before you know it, Julia is the NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie Fakir is the NXT Women's North American Champion, and it just feels like they have, you know, put on hold the rest of the women. Look, was it time for Roxanne Perez to lose her belt? I believe so, yes. Am I upset and crying that Fallon Henley lost her title? No, I'm not. But it does feel like they have pretty much just hit the reset button and they've went, right, we don't really care what we're doing with the women in NXT. We're just going to push these new women. And we've seen them come in, and already they've just jumped ahead. They've leaped ahead of everyone else. Obviously, they're the champs, but, I mean, you look at Jordynne Grace, she will probably move into, the women's main event scene. Saria's came in, and she looks like someone that they're going to push strong as well. So, yeah, you look at them, and then you look at maybe other women that some people thought maybe, you know, it was their time to shine. Someone like a Lola Face, a Jada Parker, you know, women like that. Then you look at women that are even less established, like a Jasmine Nix or an Izzy Dame or a Carmen Petrovic. Their chances now of getting up the card are even slimmer because, you know, this new batch of women have come in from internationally abroad, and they've just come in and pushed their way ahead, whether they deserve to or not. So, I noticed a few of you guys saying that, and I think these are spot on anyway. About to pass out here. literally about to fall asleep, so going to end it right now. Not going to give it a rating. It would be unfair for me to give this show a rating because I did not watch it. Like I said, I just checked out some of the clips, some of the highlights, but it didn't seem like a great show. And for me, Jordan Grace is ruining women's wrestling on NXT. I want some eye candy, and Jordan Grace certainly isn't that. Anyway, that's it. Catch you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.